Man, look at those huge steaks. This is 50% off. Hey there, this is Steve from Rockstar Eater, and in today's video, I'm taking you on the ultimate steakhouse tour through Los Angeles County. There are steakhouses of all kinds in Southern California, from casual steakhouses to upscale steakhouses. But if you're looking for some really great old school restaurants around LA County, then this is your video. I'm gonna be taking you on a tour of some of the oldest, most iconic steakhouses you can find in LA County, so that if you want the retro vibe and the good food, then you're in good hands. 3 restaurants, 3 menus, 1 mega experience. And if you guys are new to this channel, take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button, as well as the notification bell. More of these awesome food videos coming your way. And with that being said, let's head on over to the first steakhouse. The tour begins with Domenico's, which is an Italian restaurant in Monrovia. This restaurant has been around since 1960 and is known for its extensive drink menu, Italian food menu, and even weekday lunch buffet menu. But the highlight is the steak, and this restaurant is unique because it sells its steak at 50% off during happy hour. This is really one of the best deals you're gonna find for steak in LA County. Whether you want a New York steak or a ribeye steak, they got it. So come to this restaurant if you love Italian food and steak, because you can find it all under one roof. Well, let's see what they got on the menu. When you go to the first page, they got all of their famous cocktails. They look so colorful. Wow, it's like you just want to order them all, right? And there's also the wines, of course, as well as beer. Starters, which are the appetizers. You see they got their chicken wings, they got pork ribs, garlic bread, as well as the soups, salads. I had some of this stuff when I was at the buffet last time. And the steaks. Yes, you gotta come here for this. They got the New York steak to the filet mignon. And if it's the star, if it has a star, that means it is 50% off. All right, guys, this is Rick. He's the manager at Domenico's in Monrovia. So he's gonna give us a tour of this place because there's quite a lot to see around here.
We'll start with our steaks. Ribeye is the one we sell the most. The T-bone is excellent as well. They are all 25 days aged Angus premium choice beef. You can't get a better quality anywhere. The owner that bought this place about 3 years ago, he owns the Baja Ranch markets across the street, and he has a few markets as well. So he has butchers there. So he has our meat sent there. They cut it and they bring it 3-4 times a week. So there's no middleman. So he's the main guy, so he can afford to sell a little bit cheaper.
So even though they do have the steaks, they have a lot of other things on the menu too. So if you guys want to get something other than the steaks, or maybe add something to the steaks, then you got like so many to choose from. This one is the meatball minestrone. You heard that right. It actually has meatballs in it. I don't think I've had a minestrone before that had meat. This is so cool. Those meatballs really do add substance to the soup, because otherwise it would just be a vegetable soup, like your very classic, typical minestrone soup. But with the addition of the meatballs, it makes it heavier, but I think also heartier and more comforting too, like in a different way. And this one is the eggplant parmesan. If I don't end up getting the chicken parmesan, I go with eggplant. You can kind of see, right, the slices of eggplant in there that's been breaded and I think either baked or deep fried. I'm not sure, but there's a lot of sauce and cheese all over it. It looks like this eggplant is kind of getting soggy, so I do have to eat it pretty quickly. These are like really huge slices of eggplant. I mean, it's really no joke. It's some sort of a breading. It's not the egg wash, you know, like the egg yolk they use in those more authentic Italian recipes, but still good though. I mean, I like the crunchiness all around, the sauce over it, the tomato sauce, as well as the cheese, like so classic tasting. Here's a very popular dish here called linguine with clams and shrimp. It has a star next to it on the menu, which means it is 50% off. Oh yeah. So in here we got white wine, olive oil, butter, Parmesan, and lemon. That's all around the noodles as well as the seafood. These plates are really big. They're not cheap dishes, but they really do pack it on so that 2 people can probably eat this thing, which is always a good thing, right? Big portions. I haven't had linguine with clams in such a long time. But the ones that I've had in the past, I think were a little bit more like the ones they make from Italy, where it's a smaller portion. They would just put the clams along with the butter or the wine sauce. You know, it's a little more simpler. But this one is like 2 times bigger. They add a lot more clam pieces. There are even pieces of the shrimp inside here. So it's definitely very dressed up for big eaters, kind of like me. And did I tell you they use big pieces of shrimp in here? They cook this thing really nice. It's been grilled perfectly. Yeah, I mean, it's very comforting. And plus the portion is so big. That is always going to be good, right? And the main attraction, this is the rib eye steak, 18 ounces, 25-day aged. So if you paid regular price for this, it would be $70. But with the half off deal, it is about $35, which is more affordable than a lot of other steakhouses. This one comes with the vegetables on the side, a nice flour right there too. Let's do it. That ribeye tastes so nice. I don't know what kind of steak you like to get because they have a few different ones up there, but I find that ribeye is always a safe bet. I mean, unless you're into New York steak or filet mignon, but ribeye has like the meat, but then there's also the fat that's around and somewhere inside too that adds incredible flavor to this dish. And check this out, they even have house-made chimichurri sauce. That is pretty rockin'. I mean, without the chimichurri, it still has that natural flavor that's already very tasty. Like the smokiness, the slight saltiness, the oily, fatty taste. It's so good, but then when you dip it in the chimichurri, now it kind of tastes a little bit more like the taste that you would get if you were to go to an Argentinian steakhouse or perhaps a Brazilian steakhouse. And to complete the meal, they do have some of the veggies on the side too. Wow, these vegetables have been cooked really nice too. Kind of like what you make at home when you stir fry the zucchini with the other vegetables and some of the oil, maybe salt it up just a little bit, put some pepper, good to go. It's like so simple, but it always hits the spot. Especially if you're eating proteins like steak, it's always a good side with something like this. And I think this side is the rib cap, which is my favorite. That is pretty mind-blowing. The ribeye steak is worth ordering just because of the rib cap. It's so tender, so flavorful. It's like the best thing ever. Like I said, it is 25-day aged. It's quality, and you taste it, both in the way that it's grilled, as well as just the natural flavor of the meat. Now, I cannot say that the steak is exactly on the level as like Ruth's Chris or Mastro's Steakhouse, but for a casual all-around Italian restaurant like this, it's definitely one of the best steaks that I've had in an Italian restaurant. So once again, it's here at Domenico's restaurant. They have indoor seating and outside. You can actually bring your dogs too because it's a pet-friendly restaurant. My next stop on the tour is the Derby, which is an upscale steakhouse in Arcadia. This establishment has been around since 1922 and used to be a hangout place for racehorse fans, jockeys, and those simply looking for good American food. The Derby is a highly rated restaurant on the internet, and after you visit, you'll see why. It's a brilliant combination of vintage decor as well as great high quality food. The crab cakes look really good. Yes, I think I'm gonna get some of that. Even their prime beef tartare, as well as tuna carpaccio. And everybody comes here for this. Yep, the George Wolfe Steaks winners. The most popular one is the bacon wrapped filet mignon. This is what put them on the map apparently. So yes, I'm definitely gonna get that. But even if you go with something like the Mike Smith, the 20-ounce prime bone-in ribeye, a lot of people get it, so I think you're gonna like it. And plus, look at that. For dinner time, they have the George Wolfe's prime rib. And then they also have the Derby Delights, if you guys want something other than the steak, or maybe in addition, like some chicken, some seafood, some pasta, as well as the sea biscuit favorites. Oh, Atlantic salmon, Chilean sea bass. It looks so good. It looks like for the most part they grill their steaks. So it's not like going to one of those really fine dining modern steakhouses where they would put the steak on the grill and plus they would put it into the oven. So this is more of like a, I guess, a simpler way of making steak. But hey, I'll still take it. You know, if it has that smoky taste, the char marks, all good. Wow, and that is the French onion soup. It is so hot. This is just really so fun to watch. Them making everything from the lunch items to the heavier dinner items like the steak, and then afterwards, plating it up, ready to go. This is really sophisticated. Coming to this restaurant just for the whole ambiance and vibe is really in itself worth it, because you don't see too many restaurants like this anymore. It's those type of restaurants that your parents or your grandparents would frequent back in the old days in America. So it's really refreshing to see something like this. This is certainly a good way to start off, right? The iceberg wedge salad, one of the most popular salads here. Oh, I always like eating this at steakhouses. This is pretty much the iceberg lettuce with the heirloom tomato, shaved red onion, candied bacon, blue cheese, and chive. It's only appropriate to start with some salad before the steaks, right? You gotta have your veggies. I love the freshness and the crunchiness of the lettuce. Blue cheese dressing, really good. So hopefully you guys do like blue cheese. Otherwise you should not get this one. But I like it, especially with the combination of the bacon bites in there. We got the acidity of the tomatoes. You can get pretty much any kind of salads when you go to steakhouses, but I think in keeping with the theme, wedge salad is always like the way to go. Another steakhouse classic, the jumbo lump crab cakes. Pan-seared, remoulade, lemon, tarragon, sorrel. Another one of my favorite things to get whenever I go to steakhouses. That is crispy perfection. Yeah, and be sure to drizzle that lemon juice on it, because that acidity will really make this crab cake pop. I mean, it's pretty much true whenever you eat foods that are deep fried or it's seafood, you really have to have the lemon juice, because that really is like an explosion of flavor. Yeah, I mean, this crab cake, it's not the fanciest crab cake I've seen. So it's a little simpler, but the taste-wise, it's pretty spot on. The crab, really delicious, like the filling inside. The breading outside, perfectly crispy. The lemon, the sauces, all work together really good. I suppose this is the moment I've been waiting for. The 8-ounce bacon-wrapped filet mignon, the best-selling steak here. Okay, that is so awesome. So this one comes with the onion rings, as well as mashed potatoes. I'm gonna try the garlic mashed potatoes before I dig into the steak. Those mashed potatoes have been whipped perfectly. And I love the flavor of the garlic, the butter. It's like near perfection. All right, that's a right choice, getting the garlic mashed potatoes. I don't know if you guys are into mashed potatoes, but I am. So I'm gonna be getting it most of the time. And I don't think I've been so excited to eat a bacon wrapped steak in all my life. That filet mignon is super tender. And the crust on top, really nice too. Just a little bit crispy on top, has that smoky flavor. And the bacon that's around it, it's, I wouldn't say it's as salty as I thought it would be, but bacon paired with steak of any kind, it's good. How do I know that? Because I've been to Brazilian steakhouses where they put bacon around chicken and beef and all that stuff. But I think this is the first time I've ordered a bacon wrapped steak as an a la carte entree in any kind of restaurant. I mean, what a surprise, right? Who would have thought that this would be the best seller? But it is, so it's very unique. Since I'm already here, might as well try another steak, right? Oh yeah, that's the way I roll. So this is another one of their best sellers, which is the Mike Smith. And this is the one you need to get if you like your steaks big. Specifically a 20-ounce ribeye steak, cooked medium rare, with that bourbon herb butter on top, as well as potato Romanoff to the right. Look how cheesy that looks. This is my dream steak right here. Yes, always got to get the biggest steak on the menu, right? Okay, let's do it. I think this is my favorite of the two steaks. I mean, filet mignon is good in its own way, but there's something about a ribeye that's so, it's like you just want to get it all the time. The fat and the marbling inside just give it so much flavor. And there's additional flavor that comes from the sea salt and the herbs and the pepper that is rubbed on top of it before it goes onto the grill. So that's why you taste even the flavor that's on the crust of the steak. That's in addition to the bourbon butter. This steak dish is like a flavor bomb all around. Yeah, so this is the one that I would recommend, actually. Last but not least is Dal Rae, which is another classic steakhouse in Pico Rivera. This restaurant has been around since 1951 and still has that swanky yet upscale 1950s look, along with their famous steaks and seafood dishes. This is probably my favorite classic steakhouse of the three featured on this tour because everything here is delicious and top-notch. Crab cake, calamari, look at that oyster Rockefeller. Sandwich items, Reuben sandwich, we even got prime rib French dip, which I heard is very popular here, as well as the house-made pastas. We got some chicken and veal dishes. And this is what everybody comes here for, the beef, and their pepper steak is what they're most known for. You see under the Prime New York, LA Magazine's Top 100 Taste of LA. And if you guys are into seafood, you can also try some seafood as well. I heard that their Chilean sea bass a la Ben is their go-to one. But all of this looks so good. It's like I just want to order the entire menu. And of course the kitchen, which is where all the magic is at, and it's pretty big. This is where they make all the appetizers like the ahi toast to the main entrees like the steaks, all very exciting. The lobster thermidor is their most popular lobster dish. We got some of that sea bass grilling with some Parmesan cheese and egg wash on top. And other than the beef, I heard that seafood is really a thing to get here because they choose the seafood from different parts of the country and even around the world. So they really do care about quality and taste. They got steaks of all kinds here. Classic American steaks flown in from the Midwest, from Chicago, to even Japanese A5 Wagyu beef. So it looks like they kind of upgraded their menu from back in the 50s. I mean, you got to kind of keep up with the times a little bit, right? They have a table-side Caesar salad. That's a huge attraction here. So if you are getting a salad, you got to get this one. And by the way, this is Kevin. He is one of the owners of Dal Rae Restaurant.
So we have garlic, anchovy, dry mustard, lemon juice.
Is that the, which one's this one?
Virgin olive oil, red wine vinegar.
Ooh, Tabasco sauce. A little dash.
Actually originated in the 1920s in Tijuana, Mexico. So Tabasco is to its Mexican heritage.
Okay, looks like whipping some egg yolk into the whole mixture.
Correct.
And then that is cheese.
Yes, this is imported Romano cheese.
Oh, imported, nice. Yep, there it is. I don't think I've ever been so excited to eat a Caesar salad in my whole life than right now. I'm just loving everything about the steakhouse. The ambiance, the jazz music, just everything about it. And the parking situation, it's $4.50 for lunch, $6 for dinner. But I suppose you can always go find street parking, right? Maybe it's appropriate to start with some of the Caesar salad, right? That is an incredibly flavorful Caesar salad. The lettuce is very crispy and the dressing perfectly made. It's like a very classic Caesar salad taste. So cheesy too. I mean, everything about it is so good. I think this is really as good as Caesar salad can get. Definitely better than store-bought Caesar salad, I'll tell you that. And I think this is the first time I've ever had Caesar salad that was made right in front of me. You know, like with the dressing and pouring it on by the table side. Complimentary garlic bread that comes with every meal at the table. I'm always down for this. Very cheesy and garlicky. This is like the garlic bread that you would find in a lot of these American restaurants. Yep, I found them even in American buffets as well. But I always end up getting them because they always taste so good. Yes, who doesn't like garlic bread, right? And here's the main attraction, the Dal Rae famous pepper steak. Flown in from Chicago, so excited. So this one is the large center cut filet mignon for 12 ounces, which also has mashed potatoes to the right, some asparagus up there. Looks so nice. I'm so excited to try this pepper steak. I really am, but before I do that, maybe I'll try some of the mashed potatoes. Very smooth in your mouth. That is really as smooth as it can get. I love it. And you know what else I like from time to time is asparagus. Nice and crunchy, cooked perfectly. Whenever you see asparagus on your plate like this, you can tell you're eating something pretty fancy, something very classy. how appropriate because it's often eaten with steak, right? And I'm gonna try a big piece of that filet mignon. Look at that, it's so colorful. That steak is incredible. That's like a thick piece of really juicy, tender filet mignon that's been cooked to medium rare. And the topping on top, that really is what defines this whole dish. Because you got the onions, you got all the bacon, and it's very peppery too. It almost tastes like those toppings that they put on top of those lobsters at Newport Seafood. If you guys have ever had that lobster dish before there, kind of the same. I like it though. Like the onion adds crunchiness, peppery, bacon also. I mean, why not? It's more meat on top of your steak. That's always a good thing, right? And this one is their most popular lobster dish, the lobster thermidor. Yes, over 1 pound of lobster served in the shell, sauteed with mushrooms and onions, in a cream sauce with hollandaise, some asparagus, some white rice, and be sure to put that lemon juice on top of the lobster because that is going to make it taste really good. That cream sauce, the hollandaise, it really makes this lobster dish so good. That lobster meat itself is already so good, but if you have the hollandaise, that cream sauce over it, that's really what makes this dish. Yeah, I think this is probably the best lobster thermidor dish I've had so far in any restaurant. I mean, I've had this before in buffet restaurants before in the past, but you can't compare this to a buffet, right? This is like a class of its own. Crunchiness is so perfect. Gotta have some of that white rice with it as well, right? That rice is pretty good too. It has a really nice bite to it. I'm not saying it's hard, but it's like a very pleasant chewiness. Oh man, I love it. This is the perfect plate. You see lobster, you got your 2 halves, plus you have your rice, asparagus, really a complete meal. This is like a really good dish you should get. If I don't get the steak, yeah, I'm getting the lobster. I'm going all out with the steaks today. This one is the large veal chop, 16 ounces, bone in with morel mushroom sauce. It looks so beautiful, the glaze of the sauce that's on top, on the plate, some asparagus, as well as some mashed potatoes. Let's go. Don't think you have to get a lot of these dishes in order to get full. I'm just doing it to show you guys the different options that you can order at this restaurant. But any one of these entrees by itself, it's totally its own meal. And the veal chop is also another one of those things that a lot of people like, especially the staff. No kidding, that is the thickest piece of veal I've ever had in my whole life. Very tender, it almost tastes like a filet mignon. I think mushroom sauce really works good on just about any type of beef. Veal, no different. See, it's a really big piece. Let me show you guys. You see this bone? Woo, that's so awesome, right? Yeah, almost looks like a big piece of pork chop. Super tender, you should totally get it. And if you get one fish dish, I think it's this one, the Chilean sea bass a la Ben, one of their signature dishes. Wild fish, Parmesan crust, sauteed onions, and lemon butter. It comes with asparagus and some mashed potatoes. And sea bass is another one of those things that I really love to get. I love everything about it. I think it's really as good as sea bass can get. Tender and rich tasting. You know that flavor of the sea bass that makes it taste like you're eating a millionaire's food? Exactly that. And I really love the Parmesan crust that's all over it. I don't think I've had a sea bass that was made like this before. And with the mushrooms, the sauce over it, the acidity of the lemon, it's perfect. I think this is like your most perfect American sea bass dish that you can have in one of these fine dining restaurants. So yeah, if you are getting a fish dish for the first time you're coming here, this one is the one that you have to get because everybody gets it here. Now keep in mind that these aren't the only 3 great classic steakhouses you can find in Los Angeles County. But if you start with these 3, then I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a rockin' time. Well, thank you so much for watching, and be sure to drop a comment to let us know which of these 3 steakhouses is your favorite or if there's any others you would recommend. And I'll see you all in the next food adventure.